Welcome back, chat. We are just about ready to get into our game 3 of 8 of today. Silverr, our reigning ranked playoff season 1 champion and the number 2 seed, actually, not the number 1 seed from like he was last season, versus Emil, a very unknown runner from the qualifiers, but he's here with us. And so we actually have a player interview for Silverr coming up. But before that, I'd like to remind you guys about the sponsor of today's stream video. I just like saying sponsor of today's video. It's like a YouTube thing. I've never done like a Twitch sponsor before. It just feels more right. But the CryoCards.com, Cryo sponsor, very pog. They're actually launching a metal print. The reflection is so corny. They're launching, you guys can see yourself, chat. They're launching metal plates, like a display type style thing with the ranked season. So this art is of the trading cards, the Spirit trading card pack that was around last year, but and it's actually still around. But in the next match or two, I'd like to say, maybe after this match, maybe after the next match, we actually have some exclusive art to show you guys to choose what we want as a community for our metal prints, MCSR metal prints. Cryo is dedicated to putting creators and artists first, providing a great experience for the community, and this is how they're doing it with Ranked. And so we're super thrilled to be working with them. Thrilled that they are sponsoring Ranked. And I mean, with that, I think we can get into Silverr's interview, unless you have anything else, Nerdy.
I was just gonna say that I've seen some of the stuff that Funberg's referring to, and from what I've seen, your guys' pause champs are very warranted. That's all I gotta say.
Very, very true. And with that, let's see what Silverr has to say for us.
I'm trying to think of like what else I can add to this. Okay, that's good. Yeah, I am Silverr. I am 20 years old. I am from British Columbia, Canada. I have been playing Minecraft for like 10 years now and speedrunning for about 3. I originally got into Minecraft from, I think I just saw it in some YouTube videos and asked my parents to buy it for me. It was like 1.2.5 or something, and I played it on and off for a really long time. Played a lot on the Xbox as well. When I first started getting into speedrunning, it was originally I would watch XQC play hardcore runs, is what he called them. And it was just like, you play hardcore Minecraft and you try to beat them. And they weren't really speedruns, it was like an hour long, but I did some of those at first. And then from there, it kind of transitioned into speedrunning. And I think the first world record when I got there was Peruway 1436. Well, recently after the ranked tournament, there was a lockout tournament, and lockout's like a bingo type tournament which I practiced and studied for about a month and was able to get first place in that, which won me $10,000, which is pretty crazy. And then after that, luckily I got into a Twitch Rivals bingo event, which is like very similar to lockout, and also won that and got like $17,000 for that. So I've been winning a lot of tournaments lately. In terms of like RSG, I was playing and practicing a lot. Currently I'm doing the Moist Critical Speedrun Challenge, and I'm trying to do well in that as well. It's probably just my consistency on many different seed types. Overall, I have everything solid, and then my consistency has just been like pretty solid compared to many other runners. That's like a big thing that I have. But I mean, when you're at like the top level, there's not really any like big things that stand out too much anyway, so yeah, it's kind of hard to pick one. Well, I could give a fact about the dog in my profile picture. Okay. The dog in my profile picture, named Yoshi, she just turned 14 yesterday, and we had a party for her.
So fucking cute. That is so fucking cute, man.
I have met this dog, and I feel like the images don't do it justice. It's like very small, and like it's so small. Like I don't know, I don't know how else to describe it. It's very. I really liked Silver's dog when I
Very
met
cute.
them.
And yeah, I mean, Silverr coming off of a couple months of amazing tournament play. A little salty watching that back, but what can you do? The game is RNG. I let Silverr win, surely. That's not cope at all. And he didn't play better or anything like that. But I think we're ready to throw it over to the player spotlights for Silverr. Wonder what this ranked average is. Wow, 12-10. No sub 12, but the fastest we've seen so far, and maybe the fastest we'll see all day. No one had a sub 12. I don't know what he had last season. I wanted to say it was like 1250 maybe. I think people got better. We'd have to look at it again, like the numbers, and see all the stats. You know, I mean, big stats guy. But 1210 is just crazy. The best rank time, not insane. But I know he has a better season 1 ranked best time. And again, it's kind of just like he's only played 130 games. So like I'm pretty sure at Diamond Elo, that's only like 6 or 7 room portal seeds on average.
It's probably not that important to have a super great ranked best time, because like you can be on insane pace and get forfeited on, or you can just not get a great seed, or you can maybe play a little safer, which is just sometimes just the correct thing to do. Like to me, when I see a ranked best time that's very impressive, it's like, wow, this player has skill. But if I don't see like insane time there, I'm not necessarily thinking, oh, this is a big weakness. It's just maybe they got unlucky. I don't know. It could mean a lot of things.
Yeah. I think we can throw it over to Emil's player card. Wow, actually a lot more rankings than I thought. Again, this is someone who I honestly just have not heard of before qualifying. Not sure if there was like a name change, or I mean, it's just I don't really know everybody, but looking at the graphic, a 15-minute average rank time. So Silver's average completion is almost 3 minutes faster than Emil's. So, I mean, again, just from a statistical standpoint, Silverr is the clear favorite. Just looking at the stats, the PBs, everything. But Ra was the statistical favorite in last match and lost. And both players who have gotten interviewed have lost so far. So, will Silverr be the one to break both those curses? What do you think, Nerdy?
Well, personally, I think it's a little bit interesting because we have no data on these two going against each other. 0-0. We don't know. I think it's obviously like the obvious take is that Silverr is the favorite, but we saw Emil, doing very well in the qualifiers getting here. Maybe something goes wrong. Silverr, as Silverr mentioned, he's been doing a lot of the Moist Critical Challenge. Maybe he's not fully ready, So there's always the opportunity for the underdog story. And as much as I love Silverr, I also would love to see an underdog story work here. So I'm kind of, I mean, obviously I'm going to say Silver's the favorite, but you never know.
Yeah, I mean, it literally could go any way. We've seen that in our first 2 matches. Just all it takes is one mistake, right? Like even you get to the strong a minute faster, you get to the fort a minute faster, and the other player can just claw back the time. So we'll see, but I think we're ready. Oh, seed pick ban. So many things to remember. Shipwreck and Desert Temple ban. Shipwreck's banned all 3 seeds today. I mean, I really don't. It's just not that different to me compared to BT. When you know the seed type.
Yeah.
Honestly, like I would rather play a Shipwreck because I'm not as confident in my map list, especially versus Silverr.
Yeah.
If I was Emil, I would ban BT instead of Shipwreck in this situation. Maybe Emil's very confident in their map list. I don't know. But if I was in Emil's shoes, I would ban BT instead of Shipwreck in between the 2 ocean seeds. Silverr Desert Temple ban does make sense. It is just the weirdest seed type, but we did see one Desert Temple play already. Surely we'll see another one. but starting with a
You don't
BT
need to
seed.
lie. It's an unacceptable from Silverr. He cannot pick Desert Temple. He cannot ban Desert Temple. It ruins the entire match.
I think you can ban it. It's got the most variance. I'd love to see it, and I think Silverr will just have the edge in almost any seed, but I think we're ready to get into it. And, I mean, almost a 400 elo gap here between the top runners. Silver's the 3 seed. I thought it was a 2 seed. I was wrong, I guess. Interesting. Both runners going for this BT. Looks like Silverr found it a little earlier. No TNT, but you have a lot of iron, so going to expect the shears play from both players. We will see. But shouldn't be that much variance in this overworld. Like, it's going to be a mechanics fest, really, like who's crafting faster. Tab space from Silverr is faster if we don't mess it up. Mess it up a little bit. Shake his mouse on the tree. And no gold axe. Look at Emil there. Gold axe as well. Now, the upside to the gold axe, obviously, if you didn't know, gold tools mine things faster. Minecraft fun fact of the day. Gold tools are faster than iron tools mining stuff when they can mine the thing. So that was a time save. Now, the potential time loss is that he is now 4 gold short for trades. Will it matter? I don't know. I kind of like Silver's play of not making the gold axe, but I'm not sure. It literally is just like such a weird decision that could have a big effect, but might not. I don't know if what I'm saying makes sense. It just could matter. We'll see if it matters, but Silverr in first. Nice 2x1. Emil going for the L. Shot us the L portal. Gonna have to suck it up and do a 2x1 here.
Yeah.
It's like me for real.
Yeah, you relate to that.
Oh, and he obbies in, but there's lobby here as
no.
well. Ooh, Silverr finds a
big time
ruined
loss.
portal. No looting. So gonna be ahead here by maybe like 30 seconds or something. Sees the Bastion. Not sure if we saw the fort. Was kind of watching the portal moment from Emil there. And it is a treasure. So if we haven't seen the fort, gonna be weird to Pyre. But we have the shear blocks, have a lot of wood. Gonna be some pretty easy treasure routing. Should be pretty standard from Silverr here, assuming no hoglins on the bridge or anything. And Emil's in the nether. A little slower, but again, we've seen people enter. And what did I say? Hoglin on the bridge. Like, I should just not talk. Dude is a party hoglin. But this could be a actual food W for Silverr.
Yeah.
These, is he not going to pick it up? Maybe they're going to steal it. He burned a piglin on accident. But it was actually nice that he had gold boots from that room portal, was able to deal with that hoglin.
Yep. While
having no aggravation issues from the piglins, which is nice. But crafted all his gold blocks. Little scuffed treasure route. Not sure if the hoglin made it like more scuffed than it needed to be. Like obviously it did, but he scuffed the gold block crafts as well. I'm not sure if that was just a like lapse in judgment or he did that on purpose. Just looked wrong. Is Emil out of leaves? I'm not sure. Building with the crimson wood. I guess he just mined it for blocks. I really don't know. Gonna make up maybe a little bit of time here to a cleaner bridge treasure route part. Bridge is bad to say because it's a bastion type, but almost gets hit off. Good though. Yeah. Nice distraction gold as well. So should be fine. And Silverr didn't really get any of that pork chop. And it is kind of a low food seed. Only 2 salmon left after this cod. So would have been nice to get the fruits of his labor there, but doesn't actually get it there. But it's still ahead. Looks like going to be an easy 20. 11 from that chest, and the rank trades are boosted. Nice block off on those pigs. I don't know where the fort was. Surely they saw it. I mean, it's not like you'd be pyring either way, but if you don't see it, it gets a little dicey on these treasure seeds, because obviously breaking the spawner is very consistent, but slower. Kind of consistent purling though, so it should know where it is.
5, 4 hearts. Yeah, just the food situation. It's just a little sketchy there. and I don't know. It's always tough managing food in speedrunning, but it seems like Silver's doing a pretty good job. Meanwhile, Emil, I don't know. I feel like the food management just feels a little bit more scuffed and just behind in general, though maybe just trying to really optimize the usage. I think just taking a lot more damage, it feels like to me.
Yeah. So we're in the fort first. Definitely didn't have a pyrite and kind of just went the way that he thought it was going to be. And it looks like Emil didn't pearling out the back. I think Silverr was using some quadrant knowledge, potentially ranked knowledge. And wow, look at this. I think Emil's going to go to lower treasure to actually break the spawner. Because didn't see the fort and doesn't want to send a quadrant. So Silverr, this could be better knowledge of the ranked filter. Could be just, you know, sending the quadrant. If it's not there, you send the other one.
Right.
But Emil's gonna break the spawner. Didn't even check the chest for looting. Obviously super rare, but if you're down there, might as well. And now is gonna pyrite. So this is, again, slower into the bastion and much slower leaving.
Yeah, look at all this damage taken, like I said just a minute ago.
I know. I would
hearts.
really have liked to see him kill that
22
hoglin.
Oh my god, is he gonna
That
die?
is so. I mean, he gets the pearling off. Obviously, you would, but now he's at 1 heart. It's a weird pearl. You're just dead. And this is his last food source. Gonna have to throw at least 1 more pearl to get to this fort. Looks like 2 if you throw 1 down there. Maybe this lets you only throw 1, but if you have to throw a second one here, you're on 1 heart.
Oh my god.
Any wither skeleton, any regular skeleton, especially low RDing in a fort, like, not the best situation. Gonna have to burn an anchor to hunger reset unless we send a early blind here, which what he might have to do. Nice double spawner though.
Tragic. So
yeah, and you're so boxed in, so many mobs. So we're just solid play.
Spawn on him and he's just dead. Please. Oh,
I know it's so risky. Double spawner, wither skelly, like open trainer too. Oh, he spawned on him and he's dead.
There it is.
You called it.
That's it. That's it.
Is he gonna? Surely not a forfeit, right?
Oh,
surely full seed reset. Not sure.
Reset.
Silverr throw 2 eyes. Unlucky. I mean, a little bit of that is a commentator curse. A little bit of that is just he's kind of putting himself in a terrible situation there, and it's just like it's like it's bad to say, but it's kind of just like the expected result when you're in a double spawner with 1 heart and you've like had that spawner loaded for a while, like. It was just kind of bound to happen, which is obviously unlucky. But again, not entirely sure if the seed reset is the best play because I don't think anything burned. And you probably get back to your stuff within a few minutes, but it's probably just over either way, right? Like, I don't see how. I mean, it's like 5 minutes. Even if Silverr dies, he has the stronghold cord, so that's already some time save. I mean, he's already just getting in the stronghold. So even if he dies like doing 0, I think he can run back to this faster than Emil can beat the seed. I'm more excited maybe seeing if Silverr can sub 10 this BT seed. It is currently 813. If he rips the 0, gets nice nav. I mean, that's what I'm more excited to see right now. Is this some good preemptive nav? It looks really scuffed down there. He's like looking for it. Pharaoh's Law potentially applicable. Is it under him? Weird. Spike in a direction. A lot of ways to go. That is starter. But again, I mean, he could be in the stronghold for like 5 minutes, and I'd still give him the lead here. He's just so far ahead.
How do you think that this match so far, the way it's shaping up to be, will affect? Do you think it'll cause Silverr to ease off, not go as hard? You know, with the fact that, as far as he knows, Emil hasn't even left the fortress, right? Do you think that it will change the way that Silverr approaches? Maybe play a little safer moving into the next seed?
I'm not sure. I mean, I definitely like seeing the win if he gets it before Emil even blinds, right? Like, you kind of just have to know. Obviously, they do have time to like watch the VOD before the next match, but I don't know if you change your play style. I don't think it's right. I think you just play what's comfortable for you, and if you just end up being faster, you end up being faster. I think it's like that's just the way my mindset is on it. Like, obviously, if you think you're playing someone better than you, and you know that like you're just going to be slower, you can play riskier to try to get that time back. But I think in this opposite kind of situation where you are faster by minutes, I don't know if playing safer is the play. I think you should just be playing safe anyways. But I mean,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I was looking forward to the sub 10. Now I'm looking forward to Silverr just finding the portal room. I don't know if this like nav is super weird. I mean, it just is weird. Is it going to be like some really weird top right hook here? Like maybe he needs to go mid and then hook left, but it looks like he went every way that like looked correct with his spike, and it just wasn't there. So he's just maybe resorting back to some normal nav, and it's right behind starter. So just a preemptive moment, and it looks like he is not even prepping for 0. So maybe you're right. Maybe he is playing safer. It's just nothing here is prepped. No food, no anything.
Right.
I mean, your opponent still says entered Bastion, which is a little weird. I thought it would say entered Fort, but yeah, like they haven't even blinded. Why take like the 1% chance to mess up the 0, right? Like, what is even the point? So it's a safety play for Silverr. It's not going to net him potentially faster time, but again, you just have to be the winner. It doesn't matter. We saw in the tiebreaker sheet in the qualifiers, the second place player qualified with a 28-minute completion, which I think was Emil. I'm pretty sure Emil got that 28. It was either Emil or Diwo that got the 28-minute completion in the tiebreaker. So as long as you beat the seed before the other player, it does not matter how fast it takes or how slow it takes. You get the point, guys. But Silverr getting this perch, not going to be a sub 12, but going to be a low 12 here. Wrong side, but he's got so many explosives. And Emil got back to the fort, but it's kind of bent over.
I'm impressed by Emil playing. That's hard. That's mentally not easy whatsoever.
Not forfeiting? Yeah. Well,
yeah.
Unlucky. Another second death. But yeah, you're right. Not forfeiting, running it back. We will see. I mean, the splits aren't going to tell us much. It's just, I mean, the little bit they do tell us is that Silverr found the enter quicker, and also didn't mess up his portal twice. And then a little bit of time save entering the Bastion, not a big deal, but 24 seconds getting to the fort, didn't break the lower treasure spawner. Had that treasure bridge Hoglin mishap. And there's no better way to say that, man. Treasure bridge, the Hoglin, whatever.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
And still save time because he played to the quadrants and the ranked filter. So yeah, and then I mean, Emil died and it was kind of just over. Silverr played the seed basically perfectly. I mean, the nav is just weird. Preemptive, it's just sometimes hard to tell if it's your fault, if it's the spike's fault, if it's whatever, but was able to push through, didn't 0. I like that decision, and we'll see if he can take a seed too.
Yeah, I mean, good stuff overall from Silverr. I think he critiqued himself at the end, saying that his Ninja Brain bot wasn't on boat mode. I think I saw that. And so it's funny to me that Silverr is, instead of, trying to, he's already thinking of ways to improve even after a win like that, which is I don't know, it's just the Silverr mindset. Emil, on the other hand, I think it was kind of that idea I was talking about in the in one of the previous matches of like cascading mistakes and mentally having the the stress and the pressure of this tournament. I think adds a lot of ability to, or inability to sort of, I don't know, what am I trying to say? Like, you just snowball. You snowball, You do one mistake, it leads to another mistake, even if they're not directly tied. Like, You know,
It
one's
gets
in the
in your
nether, one's in the
mental.
overworld. It gets in your
Yeah.
head. You're thinking about the other mistake while you're doing the current stuff, and you're not focusing on the current stuff, and like that kind of thing. Like I personally can experience that in like just normal ranked matches, or even just like normal seeds. So the pressure of being in a tournament, I can definitely
Yes.
imagine would just be an elevated state of that cascading effect, cascading error.
Yeah.
And so yeah.
Let's start over to our seed pick band real quick to see what Emil picked out of the 2 remaining seeds. I think we had Rune Portal and Village. So we'll see the pick there, and then we'll be ready to hop into our seed number 2. 2-0, 1-1, we'll see. Surely Emil can throw it to a seed 3. But we will have our seed selection up in just a second. Dirty, no smiling. This is a professional broadcast.
Sorry. Sometimes chat messages make me smile sometimes, that's all. Sorry, I get distracted.
Dirty,
We got a
you're doing
ruined portal
great.
here. It's
Yeah.
it looks I mean, I don't know. Like we said, this doesn't really matter. It almost never matters in the context of you know, you have to win both seeds. So it does not matter, you know, this doesn't really impact what you have to end up doing, but mentally it can help. I think we're going to repeat that a lot on seed 2s.
Yeah.
And choosing Ruin Portal over Village, you know, I don't know. Maybe you just feel like you don't want to think, you want to just go. Like, let's get that seed out of the way, the last one. Let's just go into the next one. Ruin Portal, very linear, very like, let's get into the nether ASAP. So I think it makes sense.
For sure, for sure. But I think we're just ready to hop into it. Hopefully Emil can send us to a seed 3. Obviously, you just have to kind of have a mental reset. But from looking at the gameplay from seed 1, it looks like a Silverr 2-0 is on the line. On the table, in the cards, in the works.
Wow, you're already calling that, huh? I mean, we'll see.
That's what I would
It's
say.
possible.
Oh my god, it's
Oh
an
wow, look at
island
this.
Ruin Portal
An
seed. This
island,
is
yeah.
quirky. Island
We can
boy.
see.
No X, but good enough. Hoe, unfortunately not a Silk Touch Hoe. That's always some very unique tech. Silk Touch Hoe
True.
for shears, basically. Like a 32 usage shear.
Mm-hmm.
And ML getting stone maybe a little more convenient than silver. Looks like they're kind of doing the same thing. Here, getting stone on the side of the mountain. Very nice. And it's going to be a very, not unique, was just the complete wrong word. Very like not unique overworld. Like both of these players are going to do the same exact thing. You're literally on an island. There's no possible way to get any more food. So it's going to be even more of a food situation than it was last seed. And last seed was BT food, and it was still a food situation. So we'll see. But I mean, like, if the runners will get food in the nether, if you just play perfectly and hunger reset in the fort, in the overworld, who knows? But damage here.
I was gonna say.
Emil's in first. Yeah.
Emil's in first.
Late spike. Silver going. Emil getting blocks, both going the same way. Surely there will be a visible fort. Maybe runners here looking for mushrooms for stew. Here, like no food. Again, one piece of food is so much better than no
It really
pieces
is.
of food. And Silver running over these red mushrooms and not picking them up. Maybe he didn't see brown mushrooms and just didn't want to mess with it. Maybe he's just very confident in the zero food play. I don't know.
Oof,
But
yeah, not a lot
Emil
of blocks
gonna be
too.
yeah, Emil got the gold pick blocks early. Is he gonna make it with the boat? He should make it. He might
Oh
need
my
to
god.
spam it a little more.
Yeah,
He
okay.
did
He
make
made
it
it.
though.
That just scared me. That just scared me. It
I
looked
know.
like he was a little risky, but hey, I mean, Emil is kind of in the. Oh wait, Silver's dead. I just missed it. I was looking at Emil. Okay, okay. Here's
my
Emil's
God.
chance.
Oh my god.
Emil's been handed a chance.
I think he just didn't get in the boat. Like I was watching Emil do the boat. I looked over
Yeah.
and Silver it looked like he was just like doing what you do when you reset. Like you god bridge out or something and you just jump off. Like you fall off when you want to fall off. I don't know what happened. I don't know how he fell off. But he did. I don't know if he didn't get in the boat. I don't know if he messed up the speed bridge, but Silver fell off the bridge and might be falling off in skill if he can't make this time back.
Yeah,
Uh,
so
I
it's
don't
not
know, man.
the end of the world. This is not like the death in the last match where Emil died like 5 minutes in, and then that's just minus
Mhm.
5 minutes, or well, maybe it was even longer. Maybe it was like 6 or 7 minutes. But this is still pretty bad. This is probably
It's a
like what
bad
was
death.
it? 2
You
minutes?
do, yeah, it's like 2 minutes. You do have information on the
True, true.
seed. He knows where the bastion is. He knows exactly the terrain he has to take. He knows the blocks he has to get. And he played this overworld a little better as well with getting gold tool, gold axe stuff, and making another gold pick to get more blocks. So you do have some info, um, but you're still dead. Like, Silver would much rather be trading in the bastion right now than running back. And now mentally, it's like you have to do the speed bridge again and not mess it up, right? And you're thinking in your head, like, I never mess up a speed bridge. How did I fall? I never
Right.
mess it up. Like,
You also
it
might
would
try
get,
to go faster to catch up too, which
yeah,
might mess
it would
up.
get very, very in my head messing up speed bridges like in 2023. It's like one of the most tilting things that I can experience, and so I'd have to imagine. Oh,
Wow, nice little
huge
find there.
chest!
That's
Did he even
huge.
get the gold blocks in the chest? I mean, he surely did, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
no, he did. He did.
That might be huge though, because ML has no food. That could
And
be
this could
really
be an opportunity for
big.
Silver to catch up, really.
Yeah. I don't think it's
Get
like
Pearl more?
I don't think it's like 2 minutes, but it's
Yeah.
food. It's good food as well. He could completely flex the seed and smelt the pork chop with the blackstone to make a furnace, which would be
That would
insane.
be that'd
And
be
I don't even
craziness.
know if it's correct. It might be.
I like that idea personally. I mean, you
Um,
have some wood, right?
yeah, no, you easily could smelt it. And it just depends. Like, he does have to try to find some obsidian. Like, it looks like that's what Emil's doing right now. Only has 11 obsidian and is trying to find
There's a lava bucket too.
actually no. Isn't trying to find obsidian. Is probably going to play home portal. So
Okay.
rank does guarantee 5 obby in a chest at least. Now in stables, specifically stables, it could be any one of the chests, and when it's a buried stables, it is sometimes very, very, very annoying to get those buried chests. So it's not necessarily the wrong play.
Oh, look at Emil
Half a
though.
heart.
Again. It's like the same situation.
Are we gonna reset?
Okay.
Good.
All right, we're learning. We're learning. Let's go. Okay. This is good. Oh, wait.
Saved.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
nice.
he's not a spawn. We're good. We're good. But
For some reason I didn't see. I didn't see this
it's
thing in the
still
chat.
no food. Let's look at the string count. Looks like we have 6 beds. Looks like we have 2 crafted anchors and a couple glowstones. So it's going to be zeroable. 26 pearls as well. But it's 11 obby. And I don't think he hung a pearl to his home portal. I could be super wrong. But I don't think I saw him hang a pearl back to home portal. So I don't know if he's just going to blind. And I mean, I've watched a couple of ranked games recently where people have just blinded and hit like a 30 block blind, 100 block blind, 200 block blind. But when the range is between 0 blocks and 2,500, and if you hit the 2,500, that's just like 5 to 7 minutes of travel in the overworld.
Yep.
And you just lose if it's far. Now again,
Right.
if it's close and Silver plays home portal, it's very RNG variance. Or it's like the words made sense. I didn't say the right thing, but like it's very varied, very varied. Nice. And maybe Emil just wants to play for that. Like we were saying, like, do you change your playstyle if you know you're ahead from Silver's perspective? Do you change your playstyle if you know you're behind from Emil's perspective? Is that why maybe he's blinding? I don't know.
But he knows he's way ahead in the seat because Silver didn't even enter the Bastion on his death. So he entered the Bastion super late, and he also hasn't entered the Fortress. So I feel like you do have some info that Silver is pretty far behind here. I don't know. We'll see how this influences Emil's decision making, but I don't know. It definitely feels to me like Silver forcing the 20 is Personally, I like the play. I think it's correct, but obviously, you never know. Maybe you just get super lucky and beat Silverr on a crazy blind.
But Silverr did like force the triple trades and the triple chest. So Emil never checked that. It wasn't enough for 20, but Silverr actually traded the 4 gold blocks in the triple. So he's much slower into this fort, but he has 20 obsidian. So honestly, the entire seed comes down to this blind distance.
Yeah, and
That's just it.
We'll
That's
figure
exactly
it out.
what it comes down to. And it looks like Emil also needs to get a 7th rod instead of being able to blind on 6 and then potentially leave if there's no breaks, right? Because it is a bad time loss to have to go back and forth on your 1 portal.
Right.
So we'll see. Surely one of these blazes drop. And again, it's just going to all come down to the blind distance. He has a Perlang to better blind cores, it looks like, but he's just blinding. He's just going to go in the ring. Ninja Brain Bot would say excellent, and it's just going to come down to this. Whatever these little finicky little numbers say will be if he is in a position to win the seed or lose the seed. And that is why you don't blind. Looks like it says 1836 for the blind travel distance.
Oh, is that just game, do you think? I don't know. I mean, that's going to be
I think if you had like a live match odds, I think it was maybe like 50-50. And now it's like a 1 in 10. 1 in 15, 1 in 20, maybe even worse. Like this is just gonna take you
it's gonna totally make up
4 or 5 minutes. Like maybe it turns into ocean, but it's just gonna take forever and you don't even have food to pearl. Like you can pearl, hunger reset, but you're gonna run out of pearls. You're killing these pigs for food or sheep for food and you're just losing time. But Silverr did only just now get his first rod. And if it is 1800, that's still 1800 worth of nether blocks. Like again, it's only 200 in the nether instead of 800 in the overworld. But
maybe get some bad terrain kind of things. Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't see the angle. I don't know if.
This could even be closer. Emil Pearlhang to better chords. This could be closer. Maybe his Pearlhang messed him up. If Silver's in a dark oak, Emil's in a dark oak. If Silver's thing is like bad here or like closer than 1800, it's not on his screen. Oh, it is. I can't see, man. I think it's going pause neg though. Emil's Pearlhang might have messed him up. He's on half hour and needs hunger reset. He's gonna take fall damage. That's smart. Looks like 1300. So maybe Emil's Pearlhang was bad. Obviously, it's all hindsight, but again, that's why you don't blind travel. And maybe it's not a 1 in 20. Maybe it's closer than I think. But I still think Silver's getting in the stronghold first, even though Emil was minutes ahead into the fort. Just played for 10 instead of 20. No Pearlhang to home portal. And I mean, he's just running for so long. I don't know. Silver's got 4 rods worth of eyes here. Needs 2 more to drop. Has his 0 stuff pre-crafted. Pre-crafted gold picks as well for terrain travel. So unless he dies on this terrain travel, I think he's just going to honest buy first. And it's going to be wraps. Well, not always wraps. Silverr wasn't the stronghold for 2 minutes last seed. So
yeah, there was always that ability for the stronghold to just be the decider.
Yes. We've seen it in 1 seed already today. We've seen people lose a lot of time in strongholds even when they're winning.
Right.
But this train looks good. Yeah, I think Emil's Pearlhang messed him up. Silver's Posnag in the nether. I'll throw in a pearl. Half a heart. Any fall damage and you're dead. Any mob damage and you're dead. Copy location. He's only 400 blocks away, so he will be in the stronghold within a minute. He's gonna full sleep.
It's Silverr building the portal
and
now.
Not hunger
really
resetting. Yeah, so Emil is close, but he is not close enough. Is Silverr gonna get a spike? Looks like that's a good spike for Silverr, but he got 2. Looked like there was 1 left and 1 straight. He died?
Yeah, that's He was just playing so risky.
I guess, yeah. I don't know why he wouldn't hunger reset on half a heart and there were just still mobs because he slept,
Yeah.
but he didn't hunger reset, so they were still there. And they don't insta burn on surface.
Oh, that's so brutal. That's so brutal. I'm so sad.
It might have been over anyways. Silver's in the portal room, might be able
Yeah.
to whip a 0 here. Might have still been over, but
Fun's
I don't know.
portal
I mean,
instantly.
maybe he played for the high roll because it's against Silver and just thought that blinding was the way to win. And if it wasn't
I think it's
1800,
more just
like
impatience / nerves / that kind of thing. Just misjudgment, I guess.
maybe.
It's very easy to do. I think making mistakes is very, very easy to do in this kind of high stakes situation.
I don't know how many beds Silver has. Like 6 bed, 2 anchor is what my inventory tracker says. It is 1 and 8, which is a little weird, but 8 explosives should be hittable. We'll see. 6. Oh, he's got like 4 anchors. Never mind, we're good.
And that should be
8
the
explosive
game.
at average Flymer 0, but he clutched it out. And
The interview
definitely
curse is over.
True. Interview curse is over. Our first match was not an upset, so we've had 2 higher seeds winning and 1 upset so far. But the interview curse is broken. So big W to Silver for squashing that one. And looking at the splits here, I mean, not terrible. It's just like the blind is all it is. So it looks like Silver lost 2 minutes off of the death. And unfortunately, an 1800 block blind is just more than 2 minutes of time loss, which just makes sense. You run like 400 blocks in the overworld per minute on average, so it's like 4 to 5 minutes. But he was close. Like he was 200 blocks away from the strong when he died. Wouldn't have mattered because Silver hit the fast nav and the 0, so it was already lost. But not going for the home portal play. Like, I don't necessarily disagree with not going for 20, especially on a buried stables, because Silver did lose some time to trading out the extra triple gold blocks, especially if you have good enough trades from the 10 obby already, which Emil did. But not playing for home portal there is definitely just the wrong play. Now, did he make the wrong play on purpose because he wanted to high roll the time save? Not sure. We'd have to ask him. Don't know. But 2-0, clean 2-0 from Silver. He's going to be moving on to a round of 8 next week.
Yeah, just I think the highlight for me of this match is Silver's just quickness to refocus and get back into the seat after the death. I mean, I think that's just like super easy to mentally check out early and not play well, but Silver wasted no time dilly-dallying, and just used the info that he had to maybe go a little bit faster, know what he needed going in, and just great play from Silver overall.